What's up, everybody? My name is Josh LaFleur from Late Star Piano. Today, we're going to be talking about the excuse of, quote, I'm not musical. So, this is a thought that a lot of people think about, especially if you are an adult, especially if you're just trying to start learning the piano now, especially if you've never played piano before, you've never played any other instrument before, you don't have any kind of musical experience. This thought that I'm not musical, I don't have any talent, can kill your piano learning right there on the spot. Because when you start thinking negative like this, like I'm not born to play piano, I don't have any talent to play the piano, I'm not musical, you are already telling yourself and deciding that piano's not for you. So what's going to happen is if you even get to the point where you start to actually try the piano, most people don't even try. If they start thinking like this, they don't even try. That's it. Their piano dreams are killed right there. For the few of you that do try, what's going to happen is you're going to start practicing, and then within a week, within a month, you're going to be struggling with something, and you're going to say, yep, I knew it. I was correct. I don't have any musical talent, and this wasn't for me. I should have known this all along, and then you're going to quit within a month into it. So either way, you're going to quit. It's just whether or not how prolonged that end result is. Okay. So I'm here to tell you today that that is not true. That everybody does have some degree of musical talent. Not everybody is a savant, quote unquote, but everybody has some degree of musical talent. And it's your job to help cultivate and develop the talent that's in you so that you can play the piano the way that you want to. So, with all that said, point number one is you want to focus on the positive. Okay, so what does that mean exactly? What it means is in today's days and age in 2025, you have unlimited resources to learn how to play the piano. There's so much information out there. There's courses, there's teachers. You can learn from a teacher locally. You can learn from a teacher online all over the world. You can take online courses that are free, that are paid. You can do a lot of different things. You can order a textbook on Amazon, and you can read Harvard's music dictionary. That's on Amazon. It's like a 1,000-page book from Harvard, all about musical dictionary terms. It'll tell you everything that you want to know. I'm just saying that there's so much information out there for you to learn. It's not like you were in the caveman days or you were born 300 years ago and you had a lot limited access to information. Your access to information was much more limited 100 years ago, 200 years ago, 50 years ago than it is today, obviously, right? And if you go way back, like I said, to the caveman days or to a little bit after that, there were no pianos. So you did not have a choice to play the piano. Now you have a choice to play the piano. Not only do you have a choice, but you have all these extra resources at your disposal to help you play exactly the way you want to. So you want to focus on the positive. You don't want to be thinking, well, there's so much to learn with the piano. I can't do it. I don't have musical talent. Get rid of all that. Focus on the positive. Pianos are invented. You have unlimited access to resources. If you are watching this, you are probably in the top 1% of wealth globally, especially if you're watching this on a $1,000 smartphone called an iPhone or something else, or a MacBook computer or an expensive laptop. You have more wealth than 99% of the globe. So you are very fortunate right now where you are. You are very, I want to say, blessed, and should be appreciative of where you were born and when you were born. And if you want to play the piano, you absolutely can do that. You just need to take advantage of everything that is around you. Point number two is everybody is musical. So it doesn't matter if you were born in America, if you were born in Europe somewhere, Africa, Asia, Australia. It doesn't matter where you were born, or even really when you were born to a certain degree. Because when, at least in America, if you are American, when we're growing up, we learn the ABCs. And if I ask you to sing the ABCs right now, you know what melody to sing, right? If I ask you to sing Happy Birthday to You, you know the melody. If I ask you to sing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star or Mary Had a Little Lamb, these songs are ingrained in us from such an early age. We don't even realize that we're learning melodies. We're learning intervals. We're learning difference between notes, right? AKA a melody. We are learning the lyrics. We're learning the rhythm. We're learning how to stay in time. We're learning phrasing. We're learning tempo. We're learning all these different things just by singing these nursery level songs, these nursery rhyme level songs. Happy Birthday to You, the ABCs, right? A lot of things are ingrained in us, even cartoons. If you've ever watched cartoons as a kid, you might remember the theme song to your favorite cartoon. Like if I ask you to sing SpongeBob theme song, you probably know it. If I ask you to sing, what's another very popular cartoon? I don't know. The Jetsons, maybe. If you've ever watched the Jetsons, or if you're old enough to have seen that, you might know the theme song, right? Whatever cartoon you used to watch as a kid, if I ask you to sing it, or maybe a video game. If you've ever played a video game that you love, like the Mario theme song, or any other video game, you can know it on the spot. You can sing it. That's because we all do have some musical talent, because we are inundated with music and song literally from the time we are born, when we begin to learn our ABCs, and when our parents or whoever is listening to music, we are still hearing that even as a child. So all of these things help you. And Christmas songs too, I didn't even think about that. Christmas songs are huge, right? Jingle Bells, We Wish You a Merry Christmas, Blue Christmas, so many different songs. Oh, Christmas Tree, Deck the Halls. There's so many different songs that we hear all the time that we can sing, and we just know these songs. And you know a lot of these songs already. You know a lot more songs than you think you know if you become conscious and aware of it. And again, these songs, even if you don't know how to play them, you don't really know what's going on. You can't name things. You can't say, oh, that's a C major chord. That's a A flat minor chord. That's a perfect fifth interval, right? Even if you can't do that, you're still aware of what a song sounds like. You're aware of what sounds good. You're aware of different rhythm. You're aware of the phrasing, right? And phrasing being, are you playing on time? For example, if you were singing these songs and somebody was accompanying you playing piano and they weren't playing fast enough and you were singing ahead of them, or they were playing too fast and you were singing behind where they were playing, you know something would be weird. You could hear that intuitively, because we all have some degree of musical talent. Like I said, we all have so much exposure to music all day, every day, that we all have talents, whether you realize that or not. Point number 3 is, with all that said, it is up to you to find and sharpen your musical talent. So if you actually do want to play the piano or any other instrument for that matter, you do have the talents. We can't say that you don't have the talent. I just explained to you why. We all have some degree of musical talent. We all have some familiarity with music as a whole. Now it's up to you to take what talents you do have and to cultivate that and to get to the level where you actually want to get to. Okay? So like I just said, you have unlimited resources that you can use. You can go on Amazon, even if you don't have a piano. You can buy one for $200 with the stand, with the bench and the piano itself for $200, $300 on Amazon. And from there, it's up to you. All you need to do is practice, obviously. You need to practice either with a teacher, from a book, from some kind of course, whatever it is. You need to work on that, and you need to be consistent. So as long as you are practicing, and as long as you are being consistent with the work that you are doing and with your playing, then you will become musical. And what's going to happen is, if you practice enough and you are consistent enough and you are practicing the right things, what's going to happen is people are going to start calling you talented. They're going to say, oh, look at Josh. He's so talented. He can play all these songs really easily, and he can play really fast, and he can play classical, he can play jazz and blues. He can do all these different things. I wish I was like him. I wish I was that talented. When really, they don't know that Josh started later at 25 years old, and he just practiced a lot, and he did what he could do to get to where he is. And that's going to be you when you start practicing for even a year. If you have 1 year of consistent, focused practice, your playing is going to change completely. You're going to be literally unrecognizable from day one to where you are today if you just practice consistently and focus for that 1 year. And then people will say, oh, look at John, look at Susan, look at Larry, look at Joe, all these people, they're so talented, right? And now you can be that example, and you can tell them what I just told you in this video, or send them this video so that they know that they can stop making excuses and that they do have talent within them, whether they can see that consciously or they can't. So with all that said, I do have a free guide, a free PDF on my website, www.latestartpiano. Make sure you put the www in there. On my website, I do have a free guide. It's 34 essential tips for adult beginner piano players. This guide is going to help you play songs a lot faster. It's going to help you play songs a lot easier. We're going to give you practice strategies. We're going to be talking about music theory. We're going to be talking about your setup at the piano. As far as bench height, how far should you sit? Where should your elbows be? How curved should your hands be? All the setup stuff with the practice strategies, with the music theory. At the end of the guide, we're going to walk you through it to play your very first song, note by note, and this is the fastest way for you to actually start playing the piano now if you are an adult. Again, to get this, all you have to do is go to www.latestartpiano.com, click on that big bright purple button on that page, enter in your name and email address, and you'll have instant access to that guide. If you want to take it even further, I am offering piano lessons right now via Zoom. If you are interested in that, shoot me an email, latestartpiano@gmail.com, and we will set up a day and a time that works best for you. Happy practicing. My name is Josh with Late Start Piano.